What is going on, people of YouTube? My name happens to be Kurtyoy, and welcome back to another Game Week preview. It's Game Week 36. We're almost at the end of the season, and it's the last time, for a good few months you're going to have to think about double game weeks and everything. And this week is about preparing for the next one. It's not as big. There's only 4 extra games, so 8 teams having a double game week on Game Week 37. But there's a few players in there that still could be hidden gems to boost your ranking up that bit further. Extra. That was very good English. As you can see, we've still got Reginald back there. Hopefully he's doing you proud. If you want to be on there, then just leave me a comment, whatever. I don't mind. But as usual, before end of the season, things will be changing, but you know the topic, you know the drill. 3 players in each position. Let's go. And to start off, actually, I'm going to go with the high scoring goalkeeper as a preview for this next game week. He's got a double game week coming up. He also got a game week against Aston Villa. Now, they did do pretty well against Southampton, but Southampton haven't really been the best in the defence recently. Kurtyoy Gomez, though, can save anything. He actually saved 2 penalties in the West Brom game, as well as getting a clean sheet. Got him 19 points. That's a pretty impressive score for one game week. And he'll come in, like I say, he's got double game week, and you've got Aston Villa at home, you've got Norwich away, you've got Liverpool away, and to end things off, Sunderland at home. It could be quite a good run-in for him, although Watford have nothing to play for. Pride is there, you don't want to get bashed every single game. And, if they do give away penalties, he's going to save it. But Kurtyoy Gomez is definitely my first pick. Bit of a risk, but I'd say worth taking at 5 million. Then we've got a slightly safer option in Petr Cech. He comes in after getting 9 points against Sunderland, only because Arsenal were so bad in the attack. They had to give it to someone in defence, and Petr Cech got the most bonus points using the bonus points system. Said that probably wrong, I think, but he's only got 3 games left, no double game week for him. He's got Norwich at home, City away and Villa at home. All 3 of which you can see Arsenal getting a clean sheet. Maybe you could say Norwich got something to fight for, Villa are fighting for pride, and City still want top 4. For me, I think Arsenal definitely will get top 4, and the City result will be, a nil scoring and on City's end, and Arsenal probably will get nil. I'm not going to lie, 0-0 seems to be a good score for Arsenal at the moment. But Petr Cech comes in, a good choice for keepers. Then we've got a risk, and there's a risk every single position. But our risk for the goalkeepers is Newcastle goalkeeper Karl Darlow. Now he's 3.9 million. He's playing first team football, and they've got something to fight for. They're good against Swansea, they were unlucky against City, and to be honest, if the defence hadn't fallen asleep, I think a few of the goals, or both the goals in the Liverpool game, would have been cut out. For Karl Darlow, though, I'm looking at his next 3 games. Palace at home, it's a huge chance to get a clean sheet. Aston Villa away, huge chance to get a clean sheet. And then Spurs at the end of the season have nothing to play for, because Leicester will have won the title. If not at United, then at Everton. And for me, I'm just looking at it, I'm thinking there could be 2 clean sheets in there, maybe 3 if they play incredibly well and have something really to fight for against Spurs. But Karl Darlow, definitely worth a risk. If you've got your bench boost left, albeit play out on Game Week 37, because Karl Darlow against Aston Villa, surely they can't cock that one up. I say that. This is Newcastle we're talking about. But moving on to the defenders, and we've got a West Ham defender. There is a bit of a car going by. And the West Ham defender we're bringing in, of course, no one else. He's got double the amount of the second place and more. Is Aaron Cresswell. No, he didn't play Game Week 35, so he's fully rested for Game Week 36, 37 and 38. And he's got a double game week coming up. You're looking away against West Brom. You could need someone like him to unlock the door. Home against Swansea. Nothing to play for. Shown they can get battered around. Manchester United. They could need someone, especially with Andy Carroll there. You're looking at maybe someone coming up against Daley Blind, and he's going to get a few goals if he does that. Also Stoke away, they've been battered, the last few game weeks, so definitely worth a pot. Oh, my words are not coming out in the right order. But Aaron Cresswell comes in. Second of all, we've got an Arsenal defender. Play it safe. Don't need to say much on this because I covered it with Cech. Nacho Monreal, 5.8, cheapest of all. Gabriel Mertesacker, so I keep on switching, so you never know who's going to be in there. Koscielny and Bellerin are quite expensive, and Monreal gets you easy clean sheets for the rest of the season. And lastly, we come up with an Everton defender. Surprisingly, and very surprisingly, 1, because it's Everton, and they're not very good at getting clean sheets. 2, because it's John Stones. Now he comes in, he's got 4 games left in 3, so he's got a double game week. He's got Bournemouth, Leicester, Sunderland and Norwich. Bournemouth, Sunderland and Norwich, you could also say you get clean sheets in. If they play very well against Leicester, although I doubt it because they're going away from home, they could get clean sheet, but that one I'm basically ruling off, but he'll get points for turning up. And the good thing is, he's going to play, because if Funes Mori is banned until the 11th, so that means he's banned until the Sunderland game, so you know he's going to play at least, Bournemouth and Leicester, because also you've got Coleman, who's out until the 7th, so he misses this game week, and also Phil Jagielka is out until the 7th as well, so you know he's definitely going to play. Whether that will mean a really weakened defence against Bournemouth will concede a few goals, I think it's worth a risk, because you never know with Bournemouth. I mean, they've got nothing to play for, they are going to be staying up, and I think now it would just be, seeing who's going to remain at the club, who's not, and building for Bournemouth. And lastly, that was my last player. Oops. Moving on to midfielders then. I'm going to start off with a West Ham player again, and this time, this is a bit of a risk, but it could really pay off. This one is one I'm really excited about. His name goes by the name of Manuel Lanzini. He started off 5.5, he's gone down to 4.9. Now 5 million, now back to 4.9, and I'm looking at it, 4 games, you've got West Brom away, they're not very good in the defence, and they've got nothing to play for, although they've shown they can fight, like the results, Tottenham showed. Then you've got Swansea at home, they can be battered around. He could be the ticket to unlocking Man United's defence. Also Stoke away, like I said, they get bashed around easily too, so it's a huge opportunity for him, especially with him pushing players like Moses outside. You've got Payet at one side, you've probably got Lanzini there, then you might have Moses, you might have, Sacco there maybe, you might have Valencia, there's endless amounts of opportunities for him to get in, and I think it's really worth risk. 4.9 million, let's say if I get rid of Sigurdsson for him, got 2.5 to bump up anyone I want. I could get rid of Simpson and bump up really top-notch keeper, or defender, but it's definitely worth the risk. Moving on to our second player, another risk. This midfield is full of risks, by the way. Second of all, we have Willian. Now, Willian has not really been forming well. He's probably been their player of the season. I'm not going to lie to you about that, although Hazard might get it. You never know. He's good, during the Mourinho area, but ever since then, he sort of dropped off. I mean, he grabbed a goal there, grabbed an assist there, goal against Bournemouth. But he's not really been that well. But he's got 4, games coming up in 3 game weeks. He's got Spurs at home. I'll say by the time they play, they could have nothing to play for anymore. They've already got top 4. They're not going to get any higher or any lower. And you've got Sunderland away. Good chance to get a few goals there, because Sunderland rely on outscoring teams. And you've got Liverpool away and Leicester at home. There's good chance for him getting points there. So Willian's definitely worth a risk. And moving on from him, we've got another Newcastle player. Who would have thought it? And the Newcastle player I'm going for is Andros Townsend. He's come in and he's played really well. Last few game weeks, although he hasn't really, turned up with goals or assists, he's really put energy in. He's looked threatening. And for me, I'm looking at his recent history. He got an assist there, a goal there, goal and assist. And Man City and Liverpool are tough teams to play against, but he really showed that he can play well against them. No double game week, but Palace, Villa and Spurs, especially Palace and Villa, definitely a chance to get you a few more points as well. He's cheap as well. Get rid of Sigurdsson, who's 7.2, about the average really. Bring in Townsend. I've still got extra money to spend, so definitely worth a risk on him. And lastly, we've got the strikers, starting out with a West Ham striker. And I mentioned this loads of times, but Andy Carroll, he can bash people about, and the teams he's playing like to get bashed about. West Brom, Swansea and Stoke could easily be hit for 6, possibly more if your team is on very, very good nick on the day. And, Andy Carroll versus Daley Blind. Daley Blind's going to get squashed. Moving on to second player. This is the risk for the strikers. We've got a Watford striker, not Ighalo, but Deeney. Although he missed a penalty against West Ham, Aston Villa, Liverpool, Norwich and Sunderland, all 4 teams not known for their defending, but known for their conceding. So definitely worth a punt. And lastly, we've got a Sunderland striker by the name of Jermaine Defoe, who's been their best player probably this season. I'd say, you're looking at it, maybe Villa's been alright. I think Kasri has a good impact coming in, but for me, Defoe is easily the best player of the season. And you look at the teams he's playing, Stoke away, last few game weeks have been battered for 4. You got Chelsea, not the best defence and could be rocky. Everton, they're going to be missing half their squad, although I think they're all back by then, but still they're not the best defensive unit when they're all together. And Watford, they've not got nothing to play for, so it could be a goal fest in that one. But that is all I've got for you today. To run over who I think you should get in: Aurelio Gomez, Petr Cech, Carl Darlow, Aaron Cresswell, Nacho Monreal, John Stones, Manuel Lanzini, Willian Chelsea, Andros Townsend, Andy Carroll, Troy Deeney and Jermaine Defoe. Thank you guys for watching. Remember to like, comment and subscribe and all that good business, and I'll see you all in the next video. Have a good game week and peace.